Hello, welcome to the shed. Happy fucking Friday. Kolsch. It's peaked. I think that's peak. That is peak Kolsch for me. The Lost Umlaut. Taste is banging. It's spot on. Yeah, obviously I want to change the water profile. Do that in another brew. Other than that, really happy with it. And you see behind me, the golden star is inflating nicely, so it means I've got a brew on. I did a brew yesterday. I needed some hops. I wanted some hops. I've done lately. I've done like the Lost Umlauts, the American wheat, Boca Nova, which is the Bach, obviously, and the Nova Jack. Not so much a big hoppy beers there, is there? So I've done a pale ale. It's a pale ale, but I'm hoping for good things. It's a bit of a bits and pieces. I've called it. It's bits and pieces. If you ever want to check any of my recipes, go to Grainfather and just search either my name or I think it's under Ulysses 99, possibly. Can't remember now. Or even 99 Ulysses 99, which was my old YouTube name. And yeah, this is. I'll give you the recipe for this, for the pale ale. It's 3.4 kilos of pale Maris Otter from Simpsons. Basically, I was starting off to do a Harry's vacant. Then realised I didn't have any wheat malls, I didn't have any torrefied wheat, so I thought, what do I do? So, excuse me, I decided chucking a kilo of Vienna and 200 grams of caramel. So there's your malts. Hop wise, yeah, I've gone with a similar hop bin as I would if I was doing a vacant only gesture. But as I said, these are all bits and pieces, bits of bags of hops that I had. So I had 7 grams of Challenger at a certain IBU, and then I had to open a new bag just to do this of Challenger as well. 22 grams of that, just to make it up to 20. I believe it's about 22 IBUs in the boil at 60 minutes. Then that's it until flame out. 20-minute sort of hop stand at 75 degrees. Funnily enough, I didn't realise Big Banana did that, but I do it pretty much for the same reason. My idea was 80 degrees, just get to 80 and do it. Nah, I'll go to 75 and I'll do it from there. At least I know that sort of, it's just that it felt right kind of thing. If I do it at 75, I know it's not, because I'm not too happy with the idea of, the temperature at the bottom being the same as in the middle at the top and such, and everything to do with around the G30. I mean, it doesn't matter how much I stir it, it does alter a bit. There can be hot spots, etc. So anyway, so I do it at 75. And I hadn't realised until a couple of weeks ago I was watching Big Banana. He said he does it at 75, and I was like, way! Makes me feel good that somebody else does it. Somebody who I know is a very good brewer, having tried his beers. So hop stand at 75, and I chuck it in 30 grams of Sabro. I had 30 grams just sitting there, so Sabro, 10 grams of Vic's Secret. Yeah, was it Vic's Secret? I think it was. Yeah, 10 grams of Vic's Secret, 10 grams of Citra. It's got to be Citra, obviously. I like my Citra. Everything's got to have a Citra in it if it's got to be worth anything, I think. No, Citra's my favourite hop now. Used to be Mosaic maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago when I started brewing. Mosaic was just like, oh, I love that big dank flavour. But Citra at the minute, Citra has been for maybe 3-4 years since I found Citra, since Citra came out, kind of thing. Yeah, I digress. So that's the hop stand. Then I did a dry hop. Now, I brewed this yesterday. No, I didn't. This is Friday. Yeah, I did. This is Friday, isn't it? It's Friday. I brewed this on Thursday daytime, while I was off. And I kind of thought, well, I'll leave it, and I had the hops to do it, but it got to today, and I saw that the balloon was inflating quite well, and I thought, well, I don't want to risk the O2 issue. I know if I chuck in now, getting up to high Krausen, it will scrub a lot of the aroma away. But this is a pale ale. Don't forget, this is a pale ale, and it will scrub a fair bit of maybe the aroma away. But I will get biotransformation, which will be interesting anyway. So into the dry hop, I chucked, I think it was 64 grams of Vic Secret and 40 grams of Citra. And it was just stuff I had in packets. Those numbers are just because that's what I had. And so I wanted to get rid of these packets that had been opened and were part of, well, apart from obviously the Challenger. But yeah, there you go. It's one of those beers where it's just like, I want to do it. I don't want to reseal bits here and bits there. I'll just chuck it in like this, do this, and we'll see what we get. It's a cobbled together recipe, literally cobbled together. Within half an hour, we're just going, I'll do that. I've got this, got that. And we'll see what we get. There's no water profile or anything like that. But I did use Sanders yeast. Now, I've never used a WHC yeast before. I've been chat with a few people about it, and they say, "Oh yeah, it's brilliant. There's certainly the Sanders and all that." And so I had a packet of Sanders yeast that I won in a raffle, one of Timmy's hot raffles, maybe 6 months ago now, and it's just been sat there in my hop and yeast freezer, which is just, I'm pointing, but I mean to should point out, it's kind of that way, it's sort of behind you, sat there. And yeah, so I thought I'll give it a go. It's meant to be good. It's meant to give good fruitiness and all that, and good for hoppy beers. So yeah, I've given it a go because I've never used it before. Never used any WHC yeast before, so I thought it would be interesting. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned that. Sorry, I don't know how that happened. This is the Kolsch. Yeah, lost umlauts. Look at that. That's using the Nova Lager yeast, and as you would expect from a lager yeast, it clears, but just takes a bit of time. Now, obviously, this has absolutely no finings used in any way, no clearing agents or anything in it, just time. Yeah, that's about it. That's it. And you saw how it was when I first did it. It was practically looked like an IPA. It was that hazy. And so I don't look forward to cleaning the keg out. I'll be honest, that's going to be a bit of a scrubber. But the actual beer is 10 out. And there's about, normally I say this when there's like, it's the last drop. This is the last drop. It's a good, I'd say maybe third to a half left now. So I'm really looking forward to enjoying the rest of this. The Lost and Laps. The American wheat that is on is, let me give you some background to the idea of the American wheat. Normally I've done the American wheat from the Bible, and sorry, I really do have a cough. I'm not like making any hints and stuff. When I've done it before, and I've always done it with the US F.I.F, except maybe the very first time I made it, because I was back when I was like, oh yeah, we'll buy everything perfectly and do it all perfectly and get it from here. These days it's just like, yeah, I'll use what I've got at the time, and me, or as good as I can think of. Me, sorry, it's a bit gassy this, to be honest. So I used a Crystal Weissen yeast, Now I know it's not the right yeast again, and I didn't, but it's there or thereabouts. And completely different to say USO 5. And so, I brewed it, I think it was at 20 with a 22 degree diacetyl rest for 2 days. So 5 days at 20 with 2 days at 22, drop down to 4. And so I do get the yeast phenols, I suppose you would say. And wow, there's clove, there's the banana, stroke bubblegumish, but not, it doesn't go as strong as bubblegum, but it's definitely a hint of banana and very clovish. And with the citra, and I've not had that since the very first time I brewed it, probably. And it's quite a surprise. And it's such a different beer to the one that I thought I was brewing, which was basically just a hazy, smooth citra beer, basically. I mean, you put the wheat malt in, you're getting a big mouthfeel, big body, smooth, creamy, and a bit of citra in there. And that is so different to the American wheat beer I've just brewed, because that's got the clove and a touch of banana in there as well, and it just changes it up. And I'm still coming to terms with that. I'll be honest, it's been such a long time since I've had a proper American wheat. I've just basically been making kind of a citra beer, a wheaty citra beer. Yeah, there you go. You learn from yourself so many times. Anything else to talk about? Well, brewing, as I said, that's that in there. That's brewing nicely. I said what the yeast, blah blah. Thomas, if anyone's interested, is doing well. He's just today had the last of his steroid course for his face to help, and now his eye's a bit better. He's not having eye drops in as much. He still can't close this eye as fully as he should. I asked him to close his eyes when I'm putting these. They're not eye drops. It's eye kind of lotion. It's more like a paste I have to put onto his eyelids, usually for on a night time or an evening. And he still can't fully close that eye. When he smiles, it's still like that. And when he's talking, when he's with his friends, he just looks at it like that. But it does look like it's getting a little bit back. It's only been, to be 10 days now. If today is the last of the course, which it is, the last of his steroid course. That was a 10-day course. So he's having the last tablet this morning with his breakfast. It should start picking up again. His face should start to heal. It's not so much healing. It's the fact that he had the inflammation and in his ears, his nose, and a lymph node. That is what is apparently causing the pressure upon the nerve that is feeding onto the nerves on the face, which is allowing it to move and such. As it stands, it's paralysed slightly. I can't tell. I look and I think, is it getting better? Isn't it? Is there slight movement? Isn't there? And I'm like, well, is paralysis a thing where it just slowly comes back? Or is it the fact that I'm looking at his face and just getting used to the paralysis and thinking that he looks more normal as I look at him, even though all I'm doing is just getting used to it, if that makes any sense to you. Anyway, he's happy enough in himself. He's as happy as Larry. His eye's not as sore as it used to be. He can run around, still play. I don't think anyone's been taking the piss out of him or anything at school, so it's not been a bad thing. He's at an age where it's not such an issue. I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to be like 15, 16 and that happened, and that age where looks are so important to you, where you're just suddenly feeling that sexuality is coming into play and all that. He ain't got that. He hasn't got anything to do with that thoughts or anything, so he doesn't really care. You look in the mirror and look at himself and go, and you go, wow, it's still there. And that's it. That's as far as he thinks. So, thankfully, it's at that point, rather than happening, as I say 15, 16, that must be terrifying, that, but when you do that and then you to be friends, that must be awful mentally for you when that happens. Because it does. It happens from childhood through. It can happen at any time in life, apparently. So, while I started choked to death, I did want to show you, again, I really want to show the bucking over. Just give a quick show of how it's looking, because I am, and this is probably going to be as crap as the last time I did it. Or not. It's just a really crap glass and dirty glass. Oh, that's my timer to say I may have to go and do things now. Right. So, that's bucking over now. Look at that. Clarity on that. Apart from the fucking bubbles, it's fucking brilliant. And the beer is absolutely brilliant. So, as I said, Nova Lager yeast. Yeast can brew a beer in like a week. Just takes like a normal lagering time to clear. But it's that. You can drink it within a week. I mean, it doesn't taste any different. It just looks better down the line. I mean, look at that. That looks fantastic. Tastes fantastic. But it's not really a great change from when I first did it. So, on that note, we'll say goodbye. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.